I'm going to teach you how to crochet a welcome home sign. You need hooks, yarn, and a glue gun or a sewing needle. Start with a yarn color and make a slip knot. You do that by wrapping the yarn around your fingers and pulling through, making sure not to let the tail slip through. With your hook in your dominant hand and your working yarn in your non-dominant hand, wrap the yarn from back to front and pull it through the loop. This is called a chain stitch. You will do this 5 times. That's 2. Wrapping the yarn from back to front, pulling through. That's 3, 4, and 5. Every crochet project starts with a foundation chain. You will now be working back into that chain, skipping the first loop and working into the second. For a single crochet, the hook goes through the loop, yarn crosses over the front, pull the hook through the loop so you have 2 loops on your hook. Work the yarn from back to front and pull through those 2 loops. That's 1 single crochet stitch. Now do the same thing again in the next loop. Yarn goes into the loop front to back, yarn over the front, pull through, yarn back to front, pull through 2. Now do it again. This row will have a total of 4 single crochet stitches. Yarn pulls through, back to front, pull through 2. Last one. Into the loop, back to front, pull through 2. Once you got this stitch down, you got it. At the end of the row, make 1 chain. This chain helps keep the work even. When you work back, don't go into the chain stitch. Go into those main loops that you just made. There will be 4 of them. Yarn goes in, front to back, pull through 2. This row is also made up of 4 single crochet stitches and 1 chain stitch once you reach the end. You will continue to do this pattern 2 more times until you have a square. It's okay if it doesn't look perfectly square because the next step helps even out all the edges. Just 2 more rows and you're ready for the next step, where we are going to single crochet around the perimeter of the square, continuing to work single crochet stitches into the loops. The only difference now is when you get to the corner, you're going to do 2 single crochet stitches into 1 loop. This is called an increase, and it's going to help make your corner more defined and your square lay flat. Once you've done your 2 single crochet stitches in the corner loop, continue to work 1 single crochet stitch down the side. When you reach your next corner, once again work 2 single crochet stitches into the same loop, and then continue working your way around. At this stage, you will be able to start seeing your square come together, and make sure to use your yarn on your table, stretching it out and seeing it as you go that way. It really helps just to check your progress as you go. When you get to the final corner, lay it out and then cut your string. Pull your hook through and the loop is going to naturally pull the yarn off the hook. Flip it over, and on the back, the one string is pretty secured, so go ahead and trim the yarn, leaving just a little tail. The other one, if you want, you can get a little more fancy and weave the yarn in and out of the perimeter of the square until your tail is totally hidden. This is a little trickier, but any loose ends make sure to trim. Really, however you do it so you don't see your ends, it works for me. You can make 1 or you can make more. For your letter, each letter is made up of a series of chains that are glued together. Depending on what letter you're making, depends on how many chains are required. Look at the pattern to see how many chains you need to make your letter. The W needs 4. I hot glue it to the square using just a dot. And you can see I've used this hot glue gun before, but just a dot will do it, and make sure to remember hot glue is hot. Once your letter is on the square, you can sew it too using a needle and thread I recommend thread that's the same color as the letter, just so it's hidden. But it's really easy once it's on. Looks great. If you made more letters and want to make a full banner, go ahead and string whatever color you'd like from front to back through each letter. If you go the wrong way, if you go from back to front, the yarn is going to cross over the front of the square that has the letter attached, which isn't ideal. We want to make these letters pop. So go front to back until you've made your whole banner, and welcome, welcome home. This is such a fun project. If you have any questions, let me know. See you soon.